Hello everyone and welcome back to Cowboy Updates News. It's a home of breaking news and trade rumors to a deep analysis and inside update you will not find anywhere else about the Dallas Cowboy. I hope each and every one of you is doing amazing today wherever you are watching from around the world. So if you are new here, you are highly welcome to this first growing Cowboys family. And if you are one our a loyal returning viewer, we truly appreciate you for always coming back for supporting and being parts of the journey with us. This channel continues to grow because of you and we never take that granted. So before we dive into today latest Dallas Cowboy updates, most exciting Dallas Cowboy updates, take just a second, only 5 seconds to make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you didn't make subscribe, and if you have been make subscription, you are most and highly welcome. If you have not, if you make subscribe, please trust me, you will do not want to be left out, especially during a crucial period where so many big decisions are being made on a Dallas Cowboy. And to everyone who has already subscribed, liked videos and shared the channel with others, thank you so much for your support. Means everything and it helps us to bring you more consistent and highly quality Cowboys contents every single day. Now before we get into the news, I want to hear directly from you because of your opinion matter here. So when you look at everything that is happening right now in the Dallas Cowboy, how do you honestly feel about the ways the Dallas Cowboy are building this team? Do you believe the front office is making the right move? Or do you see this roster become strong enough to compete for a championship? Or you are still think there are a key area that needs a serious improvement? So your answer is needed in the parts of the comments. So, so are you confident in the leadership, the coaching decisions, and the direction of the team is heading in, or are you still waiting to be convinced? This is the time to speak your mind, so go on down in the comment section and let your voice be heard. We want the really opinion, really reaction, and really decisions from a true Cowboys fans. Because of at the end of the day, this is more just a team. This is a community. This is a person, and this is what we bring us all together. So, alright, with all that being said, get ready because today update I packed with important information, interesting development, and something you definitely do not want to miss. So let's dive straight into Dallas Cowboy update and see exactly what is going on with an American team, Dallas Cowboy. So the Dallas Cowboys are once again at the center of attention as they aggressively look to reshape their roster with a new move of talent ahead of 2026 season. With expectations rising and pressure building around owner Jerry Jones, the front office is exploring a multiple avenues to bring in fresh players who can immediately contribute and elevate the teams back into a serious Super Bowl contention. One of the most talked about names linked to a Dallas Cowboy is Ashton Gentry. He is a dynamic running back out of Boise State, known for his explosiveness, vision, and ability to break tackles. Agenti has quickly climbed the draft board and is viewed as a potential game changer in the Cowboys' backfield. Coming from a Boy State Blancos football, he brings a versatile skills set that could completely the current offensive structure led by a quarterback Dak Prescott. Another key prospect the Cowboys are heavily scouting is Xavier Wolf from a Texas Longhorns football. Wolf is a widely recognized for his innate speed and deep threat ability, making him an ideal candidate to strengthen a defense and open up opportunities for the rest of the offense. Pairing him with established playmaker could significantly improve the Cowboys' passing attack. Defensively, the Cowboys are showing a strong interest in Ajersa Newton, a powerful interior defensive lineman from the Illinois Fighting Illini football. Newton's ability to disrupt the line of scrimmage and apply pressure up the middle makes him a valuable asset for defense that already features stars like Micah Parsons. His addition could make a defensive front even more dominant in NFL. So in the secondary, the Cowboys are evaluating a Cooper DeJean from Joe Hawkins football. DeJean is known for his versatility, capable of playing a cornerback and safety at the high level. His football IQ and playmaking ability have made him one of the most intriguing defensive prospects in upcoming draft. On the offensive line, protecting a Dak Prescott remains a top priority, and Cowboys have their eyes on Tellis Fuaga from Oregon State Beavers. Fuaga's physicality and consistency in pass protection could help to solidify the offense line, an area that has faced inconsistency in a recent season. So the Cowboys are also exploring options at linebacker, including Adrian Cooper from a Texas A&M Aggies football. Cooper brings a speed, tackling ability, and sideline to a sideline range, making him a strong candidate to enhance the team's defensive depth. As the offensive unfolds, it is clear that the Dallas Cowboys are not standing still, but the organization is carefully evaluating talent from across the college football, targeting players who do not only possesses athlete ability but also the mindset and the discipline required to succeed at the professional level. With the leadership of Jerry Jones and the coaching staff, the Cowboys are determined to build a roster capable of competing with the very best in the NFL. So if this potential signing become reality, the Cowboys could be entering a new era defined by a youth, speed, and explosive playmaking on both sides of the ball. So the fans are eagerly watching every move, hoping that this new class of players will finally bring championship glory back to the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys found themselves at a crucial turning point as 2026 off-season continues to unfold. With the growing pressure from the fans, analysts, and even within the organization itself to finally translate talent into postseason success. For the years, the Cowboys have been one of the most talked about the teams in the NFL, yet their inability to reach the Super Bowl has remained a constant source of frustration. Now, under the leadership of the owner Jerry Jones, the franchise is making a bold and calculated moves, aimed at changing that narrative once and for all. At the center of everything remains a quarterback, Dak Prescott, whose future continues to be one of the most closely watched storylines in Dallas. Prescott has shown flashes of unerring performances, consistently putting up a strong number during the regular season, but the questions still linger about his ability to lead the team deep into a playoff. Despite the criticism, the Cowboys organization continues to express confidence in him as their franchise leader, and there is growing belief that with a large supporting crust, so a Prescott can finally break through. One of the biggest areas of focus for the Dallas Cowboy front office have been the offensive side of the ball. After evaluating last season, it became clear that while the team has weapons, there is still a need for a more explosiveness and consistency. The emergence of a Ceede Lamb as a true number one receiver has been a major positive as he continues to develop into one of the number and receiver has been a major positive as he continues to develop into one of the league most dangerous playmakers. However, the team is actively exploring ways to add another dynamic receiver to complement him and create a more balanced and unpredictable offense. The running game has also been under review, especially after changes in a backfield over the past season. So the Cowboys are looking for a more reliable and explosive rushing attacks that can take pressure off Prescott and control the tempo of the games. This has led to increased scouting activity and a serious consideration of a young running back who can bring a speed and versatility to the offense. On the defensive side, the Cowboys remain one of the more talented game day, but on the moments like this, when the front office are making the sale that will define the future, and that's exactly what we are here to break down for you. On the Cowboys, insiders were not just reacting to news, we are analyzing it, we are asking thought questions, and we are looking at what works, what doesn't, and what needs to change if this team is going to take that next step. Because let's be honest, the talent is there, but is it enough in the Dallas Cowboy? That's the question we are going to keep going back to as we move deeper into the offseason with the free agencies move unfolding and the NFL draft getting closer. This become one of the most important stretches of the year for the Dallas. The decision made right now could either push this team into a serious contention or keep them stuck in the same cycle we have seen before. So in today's video, we are going to take a closer look at everything you need to know, the moves, the strategy, and the possibilities, and what it all means for the future of the Dallas Cowboys. The offseason in the National Football League is always time of the moments, uncertainty, and opportunity, but for the Dallas Cowboy, this year free agencies and NFL draft has carried out a deeper sense of the purpose. After a season filled with a promise but ending short of championship expectations, the organization has approached a free agencies with a clear vision, strengthen a key areas and experience and build a roster capable of competing at the highest level when it matters most. A free agency is often where a team reveals their true intentions, Some franchises rebuild, others take a risk, and few try to make a bold, aggressive moves to push themselves into contention For a Cowboys, the approach has been measured but strategic. Instead of making headlines with one massive signings, they have focused on adding players who can contribute immediately while also fitting into the team's long-term structure. This kind of approach reflects a front office that understands both the urgency of winning now and importance of maintaining stability for the future. One of the most noticeable areas of the focus has been the offensive side of the ball. The Cowboys understand that in the today NFL, successful team must have a balanced and efficient offense while they already have capable a quarterback in Dak Prescott. The reality is that even the most talented quarterback needs the right pieces around them in order them to succeed. So that is why some of the new additions in the free agencies have been centered on improving protection and providing more option in the passing of the game, bringing in experienced offensive linemen and adds a depth and reliability, something that have been missing at the time due to injuries and inconsistency. These players may not always grab headlines, but their impact is often felt in every play, every drive, and every game. At the same time, the Cowboys have looked to add versatility to their offense by targeting players who can contribute in multiple ways. A modern football demands flexibility, and having players who can adapt to different roles which create more opportunities for a creative play calling. Whether it is a receiver who can line up in multiple positions for running back, who can both carry the ball and catch punches out of the backfield, this addition gives the coaching staff more tools to work with. This kind of depth can be the difference between predictable offense and one that keeps defenses guessing. The running game in particular have been an area of concern in recent season, so the departure from the dominant years of Ezekiel Elliott left gaps that has not been fulfilled through a free agencies. So the Cowboys have made a move to address this issue by bringing in players who offer a combination of speed, vision, and physicality. These are kind of player who can change the momentum of the game with a single run, who can turn a short gain into big plays, and player who can help to control the pace of the offense. Establishing consistent running game not only support the quarterback but also open up the passing attack, creating a more balanced and effective offense overall. They navigate the most crucial moments in the modern era, and everything about their approach to NFL draft, it reflects a franchise that is no longer satisfied with simply being competitive. This is a team driven by urgency, shaped by a past disappointment, and fueled by a deep desire to return to the top of National Football League. For years, the Cowboys have carried the weight of expectations only because of their history, but because of the immense spotlight that follows them everywhere. So now more than ever, that spotlight is focused on how they build their roster through a draft and how those decisions will define their immediate future. At the center of this entire operation stands Jerry Jones, a figure whose influence on a franchise cannot be overstated. Jerry Jones has built his reputation on bold move, aggressive decisions, and the unwavering belief that the Cowboys should always be contenders. Unlike many organizations that embrace a long-term rebuild, Dallas operates with a win-now mentality, and that philosophy is clearly reflected in how they approach the draft. Every pick is not just about potential, it is about an immediate impact. It is about finding the players who can step into a high-pressure environment and delivers results from a moment they arrive. The foundations of the current Cowboys roster is strong, and it begins with a quarterback, Dak Prescott, where Dak Prescott has been the leader of the team for years, and while his performances have often been impressive and the narrative surrounding him to become increasingly tied to postseason success. The rectangular season consistency is no longer enough. The expectations now is clear. Take the team deeper into a playoff and compete for a championship. Supporting Prescott is one of the league's most dynamic wide receivers in Ceede Lamb, whose ability to create separations, make explosive plays, and dominate defenses has made him a cornerstone of the offense. Together, they form a partnership that has the potential to be one of the most dangerous in the NFL. But even that is not sufficient, but the right supporting case cost. On the defensive side of the ball, Micah Parsons has emerged as a generational talent. And Micah Parsons is not just a linebacker, he is a complete defensive weapon capable of flashing the passer, dropping into the coverage, and disrupting a plays in ways that few players in the league can replicate. His presence alone changes how opposing offenses prepare for the Cowboys. However, the team has recognized that relying too heavily on one player, no matter how talented, is not sustainable strategy. The draft therefore becomes an opportunity to build a defensive unit that complements a person's. One of the most pressing concerns for the Dallas heading into this draft is the offensive line. Once considered the gold standard of the NFL, the Cowboys' offensive line has experienced a gradual decline due to the injuries, aging players, and a lost turnover. Protecting a Dak Prescott has become an absolute priority, not just to maintain offensive efficiency but to ensure the long-term health and effectiveness of the quarterback position. The front office is acutely aware that without the strong and reliable offensive line, even the most talented offense can struggle. As a result, the Cowboys are expected to invest heavily in a lineman who combine a physical strength, technical skills, and the mental awareness needed to adapt a speed of professional game. Beyond the trenches, the Cowboys are also focused on adding a depth and versatility to the defensive unity. The modern NFL demands defenses that can adapt to a wide range of offensive schemes, from a high-powered passing attacks to a balanced run-heavy system. So a Dallas is targeting a player who brings a speed, flexibility, and intelligence to the field. Defenders who can cover in multiple positions, react quickly to the changing situations, and contribute in various roles. This approach reflects a broader shift in the team philosophy, one that emphasizes adaptability and strategic depth over a rigid position load. Offensively, the need for additional weapons is another key focus. While Ceede has established himself as a true member one receiver, the Cowboys understand that elite offenses require a multiple threat. Defenses have become increasingly sophisticated and relying on a single dominant receiver who can make an offense predictable. By adding another wide receiver with a speed, a tight end who can both block and crouch the running back who excel in a passing game, Dallas can create a more dynamic and unpredictable attack. This not only helps Prescott but also forces opposing defenses to spread their attention, opening up opportunities across the field. And what makes this year's draft particularly interesting is the way of the Cowboys are blending traditional scouting with a modern analytics. The organization has embraced a data-driven decisions making, analyzing players' performance metrics, injury histories, and scheme fit in a greater detail than ever before. This evolution demonstrates willingness to adapt to the changing landscape of the National Football League, where a success often depends on finding the right balance between intuition and information. It is a sign that the Cowboys are not just relying on their legacy but are actively working to stay ahead of the curve. The pressure surrounding the franchise cannot be ignored. The Cowboys are one of the most recognizable teams in a sport, and with that recognition comes constantly scrutiny. Every decision is analyzed, every game is dissected, and every failure is magnified. For Jerry Jones, the pursuit of another championship is deeply personal. For a Dak Prescott, and the stakes are equally highly, as his legacy as a quarterback will ultimately be defined by a postseason success. For the coaching staff, the expectations is simple but demanding. Deliver results. In this context, the NFL draft become more than just a process of selecting a player. It become a defining moment, a chance to reshape the roster and address a critical weaknesses and build a team capable of competing at the highest level. The Cowboys are not looking for developmental prospects who may take years to reach their potential. They are just looking for players who can contribute immediately, who can handle the intensity of the NFL, and who can help the team win now. As the draft unfolds, each selection carries a significant weight. A successful pick can strengthen a key area of the roster, while missed opportunities can leave gaps that opponents will exploit. The margin for error is small, and the importance of each decision is magnified by the team's current position as contender. The Cowboys are close and closer enough to believe that the right addition could make all the difference. Ultimately, the story of the Dallas Cowboys at this moment is one of determination and transformation. They are a team with a proud history, talented roster, and clear objective. The challenge lies on turning a potential into performance, in translating a draft day decisions into on-the-field success, and in providing that they can rise above the expectations that have defined them for so long time. So if those NFL draft in the Dallas Cowboys succeed, this draft could be remembered as the moment when everything come together. The emotional leader and superstar of the Cowboys defense. Parsons is still considered one of the most dangerous defensive players in the football because of his explosiveness, speed, versatility, and the ability to completely change the games within a few plays. There are ongoing discussions about a massive new contract extension that could make him one of the highest paid defensive players in the entire NFL history. Cowboys fans view a Parsons as the face of the franchise and believe the future of the defense will evolve around him for many years. So for another huge source of excitement for the Dallas fans, it comes during 2026 NFL Draft. Many analysts around the league praised the Cowboys for having one of the smartest and balanced drafts in the NFL, so their first major selection was a Caleb Down, a highly talented safety whom many experts believed was one of the best defensive players available in the entire of NFL draft this year of 2026 class. Downs has already impressed coaches with his football intelligence, athleticism, awareness, tackling ability, and leadership qualities despite being a rookie. Inside the organization led by the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, there is a growing belief that he could immediately become one of the most impactful young players on the defense. So the Cowboys also selected Malachi Lawrence, an explosive edge rusher with innate speed and pass rushing ability. The Dallas believes that Lawrence can become a major weapon alongside Micah Parsons, creating one of the fastest and most dangerous pass rushing combinations in the NFL. So the coaches are reportedly extremely excited about his athleticism and his potential to create a pressure against opposing quarterbacks. Another rookie generating attention is Devin Moore, a talented cornerback who brings a strong athletic ability and versatility to the secondary. The Dallas struggled with